They got Finney-Smith inbound from the left sideline.
Here's the defense. Don't let it be 77. Anybody but 77.
From the hash mark. Here we go. Luka comes again near half court.
Luka's got it in for the win.
I thought for sure when he shot it going left, I said, please don't go in.
A lot of prayers on that last one because from my angle, it looked good.
It's no good. Short, game over.
The Pelicans win.
Thank God he didn't make it.
What a treat this is. We have Tim Legler in studio, and I see you have the iPad in your hand. Does that mean that you can break down that last play for the Mavs?
They didn't get the look they wanted, Malika, obviously. And obviously this was set up by what happened right before it. Luka goes coast to coast to lay it in down 3 with 4 seconds to go. People question that move. The reason you do it, because you still have a chance to make this a 2-point game after the free throws. That's exactly what they get, but they don't execute this. Let's take a look at what they're trying to get. Now, at the beginning of this, you're just going to run a couple guys off the high screener, and this is really just token action. You're trying to see what New Orleans is going to do defensively. Are they going to get a switch here? And you can focus on Devontae Graham.
Yeah.
He's going to hover in this area, which tells them they're going to switch. But here's where you ideally would want to get that switch, Malika. After this action clears, what I would like to see is a down screen, a full down screen here. If that happens, Devontae Graham is going to be forced to come down to this area. And if he did that, Luka could now use his size and strength to catch the ball in this area of the floor, which is where the entire building knows they want Luka to catch it. But watch what happens instead. It actually ends up being a screen set up here. Now, Luka's reading this and saying, well, they're just going to jump out and deny me, so let me go to this area of the floor. Well, that's an awful far pass. And you see Dorian Finney-Smith is looking at that, but you're talking about a 35, 40-foot pass. Very risky. He doesn't like it. Watch what ends up happening. By the time Luka catches it, he's 40 feet from the basket with 2.9 seconds left, and he's already headed left. So there's only one thing he can do here, and that's go to this shot. Now, here's the problem with it. Obviously a makeable shot, but look where he's rising up and look at this side of his body that the defender is on. He's right here hovering above the ball, and that's going to force Luka to drift left. And when he drifts left on the finish, the ball does not go straight. He hits front rim. Poor execution in a critical moment. Look, we all know Luka's going to get the ball in that situation, but I think you have to use him in a way that he can catch it at the top of the key there against a smaller defender and have either direction to go, and also likely to draw a foul maybe. Where he caught it that late, he had one option, a step back 3 going left with the defender on his right side. It's a very difficult shot for a player.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. October the 26th, 2022, and I told you guys I'd be talking about this, right? The Pelicans, the New Orleans Pelicans are legit. They actually beat Dallas, a healthy Dallas team led by Luka. You know, they got Spencer Dinwiddie, Christian Wood. Those guys went off yesterday. But however, that was not enough because the Pelicans are just well coached, right? Well coached, very deep roster. I think Murphy had like 22, and CJ McCollum was the only starter playing. He had 14, and they still won. So that shows you the depth that the Pelicans actually have. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, like it's only the regular season, yada, yada, yada. But you guys got to take a look at this. I know Zion is injured. Brandon Ingram is on concussion protocol. Then you have a couple other starters just injured and whatnot kind of thing. But at the end of the day, there's not much you can argue about, right? Because you are looking at a very young roster, very athletic, very strong. They can rebound the hell out of that ball. And Jonas Valanciunas is a very underrated basketball player, right? He can shoot. He can post up. He can get the rebound. And a lot of people don't talk about him. A lot of people don't talk about him enough. And at the end of the day, this team, I know they only played Dallas, but at the end of the day, Dallas is still a good team, led by Luka, right? So they're a very good team, but Pelicans just seem to find a way to win. They're 3-1 without Zion. I don't know when he's going to be back. I don't think it's going to be like a massive injury. He's got to find a way to land, as Stephen A was talking about earlier today. And, you know, I'm not too concerned about his injury. He will be back. With Kawhi Leonard kind of thing, I'm kind of concerned because he's got some stiffness in his surgically repaired knee. But, you know, with Zion, I'm not really concerned, right? So Brandon Ingram is also underrated for sure. He is averaging like 28, 29 points a game. No one really talks about him because everybody's talking about Zion. And the fact that Zion is coming off a crazy injury and he's telling people, expect big things from me this year. And, you know, hopefully so, and I think it's going to happen. I've been saying it. If he's healthy, he's going to be an MVP candidate. He just has to actually stay healthy. And this is just a minor speed bump because he had the ankle injury about a week and a half ago. Now he got that, he landed pretty hard when Jordan Clarkson blocked him. So at the end of the day, it's just Pelicans are legit. And this will give Zion some chance to recover. CJ McCollum, veteran leader. Jonas Valanciunas, veteran leader, and it's just these kids are phenomenal. Like you don't have to be a basketball fan to realize that the Pelicans are legit. They will take you to the limit, and I keep telling everybody this: they are going to the Western Conference Finals. I truly believe that. You got the Suns, you got the Clippers, you got the Warriors, obviously. You got a bunch of teams out there, but I just think, and the Clippers are really good too. Then you got the T-Wolves. T-Wolves, I'll talk about those guys in like another clip. I think they got some tension growing, not totally, but it will be growing. And yeah, no, Pelicans are legit. I said this from the ever since Willie Green turned it around last year. I said, if this guy can actually do this, because if you take a look at the point spread with the Dallas team and yesterday's team, they actually share the ball, and that's how you win basketball games. They actually share the ball. A lot of players actually were in double-digit figures. That's rare, right? That's pretty rare to find these days. A lot of people just assume that, hey, I'm going to get like the big three and they're going to post like 90 points or something like that. And sometimes they do, but in this case, the Pelicans got it right. They got a deep roster, really well coached. Willie Green is very underrated, and he's going to turn a lot of heads this year for sure. Because I believe that they are going to the Western Conference Finals. That's just my belief. Tell me if you guys agree or if you don't agree. And if you don't agree, again, tell me who's going to the Western Conference Finals. This is Jag from Jaggy Sports.